guys, Archie Luxury on the Archie Luxury channel, the Archie Luxury channel. Today, guys, I want to talk about what is Australia's unemployment rate. And ever since this coronavirus thing has hit very hard, we've in Australia they've closed a lot of businesses down. They have social distancing. They've closed hotels, pubs, restaurants, bars, massage parlors. Ever since this came into being, I've wanted to know what is the true unemployment rate in Australia. And I got to be honest with you, the big boys in the media business, Channel 7, Channel 9, the ABC, SBS, News Corp, Sydney Morning Herald, The Age, all these big media conglomerates, they haven't really come out with the mean, ugly truth. The ugly truth. So I've done a bit of looking around, and I've actually found some figures. I've found some figures, and these figures here are from Roy Morgan. Roy Morgan, the famous company that does a lot of polling and things like that there. And what they've done is there's a figure. The Roy Morgan survey on Australia's unemployment and underemployment is based on weekly face-to-face interviews of 671,000 Australian aged over 14 and over between a certain time period, and includes, well, they did this over January 07 to March 2020. Okie dokie. So this is their the underemployment are those, the underemployed are those who work in part-time or freelance who are looking for more work. Okay. And the unemployment figure has been milked. I mean, in Australia, the unemployment figure, if you're on a TAFE course, if you have an hour of paid employment a week, technically you're not unemployed. They've manipulated and massaged it. Now, okay, so we're going to use this figure here. Okay, in March 2020, there's an extra 1.4 million Australians out of work in wake of COVID-19. That represents 3.92 million, nearly 4 million, which is 27.4% of the workforce now unemployed or underemployed. So there you go, 27.4%. Ouch. And that's very scary indeed there. Absolutely scary indeed. Very vicious indeed there. There are far more Australians looking for work than was the case during the 1990-1991 recession. Unemployment for the second half of March jumped a staggering 1.4 million to 2.4 million, 16.8%, and underemployment increased from 374,000 to 1.52 million, 10.6%. In total, a record high 3.92 million, 27.4% of Australians were either unemployed or underemployed and looking for more work in the second half of March. The COVID-19, the restrictions have had a huge impact on the employment situation of many Australians, particularly in customer service, customer-focused industries such as hospitality, retail, that have largely shut down. Very vicious indeed. Very vicious. The federal government's $130 billion JobKeeper offering a payment of $1,500 to businesses per fortnight who kept on. This is just job wanker. I think it doesn't It's just to massage the figures. The results from today's Roy Morgan March employment and unemployment estimates show the value of timely data closely tracking the employment status of working Australians. Yes, indeed. Very, very vicious. Very, 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 very vicious indeed there. It's very, very, very hard indeed. Very, very hard indeed there. So massive, 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 massive unemployment there. It's vicious. It's mean. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Now, to put that in perspective, how bad is this? How bad is this? Well, the last time we had a recession, depression, let's go back to the 1930s. 1930s, and in Australia, Australia suffered badly. We suffered really, really badly. Australian economy and foreign policy largely rested upon its place as a primary producer within the British Empire. So we really suffered. Unemployment reached a high of around 32%, 1932, 32%. Gross domestic product declined by 10% between 1929 and 1931 there. So it was a very savage time. So at the moment, okay, so looking at this here, we're just a smidgen under the Great Depression figures. However, it's now April. This is the Roy Morgan figures, which came out for March. Things haven't gotten good in April, so I dare say the Pontiff's prediction is unemployment in Australia for April 35 to 40%. 35% unemployment at least. 35% unemployment at least for April. I'm making the call. It's my gut feel. 35% unemployment, underemployment. Let's not use PC world, politically correct words. Unemployment, underemployment in Australia, 35%. 35%. It's vicious. We are far worse than the Great Depression of 1932. Far, far worse. Far, far worse. The reason the government's throwing money at everybody is to stop social anarchy. Social anarchy. Reading between the lines, it's very interesting. The news.com, they had a report about people pulling millions of dollars out of the banks. And there's a fear from some investors. They're scared the banking system will collapse. This is a fear. Highly unlikely, considering that Australia is a key, is part of the world banking system. And look, at the moment, things are bleak and vicious and mean, but unlikely, I must admit, it's unlikely the banking system will collapse. I mean, that's far-fetched. The truth is, you've got to look at the fundamentals of this, and the reason for this depression is not because of a housing crisis or a monetary crisis. It's because of Corona. The Chinese created coronavirus, COVID-19. COVID-19 out of China. The Chinese created this virus. And I got to be completely honest with you. The fundamentals of the economy are still very good. They're still very sound. But there you have it. Official March unemployment in Australia, 27.4%. In my opinion, April will be 35% at least. At least. So I'm making the call. I'm Paul Pluto. Tell me what you think. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and don't be afraid to put some nasty comments down below. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW.
Okay guys, here we are. We're coming into Brisbane Vintage Watches, my good friends. Just going into Brisbane Arcade, and we're going to go and see Ronnie. Let's have a look. So this is Brisbane Arcade. A lot of shops closed. Ooh, just closed completely. Even for takeaway, they've realised it's tough business. So have a look at this arcade here. Very, very quiet. It's very, very hard. What can you say? It's tough. It's tough. Brisbane Vintage Watch Co. is in business. Look at that. There we go. Very, very tough indeed retailing. Okay, guys. So let's have a talk about picking a Calatrava for a 55 to 65-year-old professional. You drive a German automobile, you have a platinum or a black Amex card, and people are nice to you. You've had a few affairs, you've only been really busted once or twice, and it's time to get a wristwatch. So let's have a look at 3 classic modern Calatravas, and let's pick one. Let's pick one out of this bunch. So we've got 3 very different Calatravas. First Calatrava is a 5127. This particular Calatrava model here is a 37mm white gold. This is a 5127, and quite a cool size. Very, very cool size indeed. We'll just zoom in. Very, very cool.
Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Mark Goldberg for ArchieLuxury AC3 The Pontiff Satan de Ville. I want to sincerely thank you for having sat through this video because I know it was awful, but you know what? You do it for the greater good of humanity. Thank you so much. Now, a couple of quick pieces of homework. Now that you've watched this video, I would like you to hit thumbs up. If you must, hit thumbs down, but if you'd hit thumbs up, I would especially appreciate it. Go ahead and leave a really nasty comment and tell him how awful this content was, but most importantly of all, the entire reason that I am linking up with ArchieLuxury in the first place. I am a published author, Let Dogs Be Dogs, available in bookstores, Amazon, and electronically somewhere near you. Remember, ArchieLuxury, he's not just a figment of your imagination.